Things go wrong. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Nick May with Walls by Design, and today's question is, what if something goes wrong? How do you handle mistakes or touch-ups? Guys, I've been in business for 26 years. I could tell you lots of stories of things that have gone wrong over the years. And this is why I always tell people, don't go with anybody that's been in business for less than 5 years, because you're going to have lots of things that go wrong. We've learned a lot of things the hard way. We have more systems and processes in our business to help avoid problems and to make sure that things go smoothly. All of our painters have been with me for at least 5 years or longer, so I don't have any new people, at least not today, but things do go wrong. So what happens if something goes wrong? Well, we have a project manager that's managing the project, but a lot of times it's very simple. Like something can happen while the painter's there and you just address it. You know, we're all human, like things happen. We miss things. I was just in a project doing a touch-ups at a project for their yearly touch-ups. And she said, Nick, hey, if you get down on your hands and knees and you look at the kick plate, I don't think they got the top of the kick plate. And I was like, you're right, you didn't get it. So now we're scheduling a time for our painter to come back out and prime that area and paint it because it was a little bit more than just a touch-up. But things go wrong. We've damaged things like anybody that says they never have a mistake, but it's how do they handle it? I remember this one time we were painting it for a homeowner in Highlands Ranch, and we had I think 2 or 3 guys, and I had a couple of new people at the time. We were in there painting their house, and we didn't have a policy. Well, we did have a policy. The guys did not follow it. We have a policy, we're not moving furniture. They had brand new hardwood floors. It wasn't install, sand, and finish. It was pre-finished. They had just had it done. And the guys slid this chest across the floor and they scratched like 6 boards, okay? So that was the scenario I walked into. Homeowner said, Nick, I need to show you something. Kind of very somber. He'd been super friendly and super nice like the whole time. And he goes, Nick, the guys damaged the floor. And I said, you just had this done, right? He goes, yeah. I said, did they leave you a couple extra boxes? He says, yeah, I think so. I said, all right, why don't you call those guys back, see how fast you can get them to come back, and we'll just pay them to replace those. He goes, Nick, I was ready for a fight. He's like, I thought you were going to say, we'll touch it up. We'll do that. And I'm like, if I was in your shoes and I had a brand new floor, like, yeah, that's what I would expect. So we just take ownership because things happen. And sometimes we still have customers that are a little bit like they're just not understanding, but we're all human and we're going to own up when we've done something wrong and we're going to take care of it. How do you handle mistakes or touch-ups? One of the things that we try to do is get a project buttoned up when the guys leave. And if you think about it, like we are bringing equipment out to your house and we're doing it. What we don't want to have happen is we don't want to leave and then you're like, oh, I found something. Now we got to bring equipment back. So that's why we're really strict on, hey, let's take the time. We communicate well and make sure you know when we're going to be finishing. Usually the guys will start having that conversation the day before we finish. Hey, start looking around, see if there's anything that you have concerns with. But we want to button up and really walk through and look at the project pretty closely before we have before the team leaves. But one of the things that we have that I don't know of anybody else that has this, we have a completion form that you will fill out with our painters. It'll have a checklist of reminders of things that we want you to look at. Is the sink that we use to clean equipment clean? Are you seeing any drips? Look on the floor. Do you see any areas that need to be touched up? All of those kinds of things you're going to sign off on that you've checked everything over. So that's how we handle making sure that everything is done right the first time. I'm Nick May with Walls by Design. Thanks for joining me.